Jasmin, thank you so much for talking to me, and congratulations. What an amazing result at the Barclays. How are you feeling and how are you healing, judging by the photos I've seen of those scratches?
Yeah, thanks very much. I feel all right. A little bit jet lagged from the journey home. The scratches are all healing pretty fine. I just went through the briars, I guess, once with 3/4 lengths, and after that I had waterproofs on, which were great for protecting you from that. And I have, got lots of bruises. I guess just waiting to find out if there's anything more significant. The way it always is after these long events, you need to kind of give it a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I feel all right. It was good to get back to the kids, get back home, and I'm back to work tomorrow. So, trying to just get lots of things organised.
How much notice do you get before the start?
You get an hour's notice. So, so that's kind of an interesting thing about the race is that you're sort of left on. I didn't think it would bother me that much, but actually when it comes to it, it's kind of difficult not knowing the start time in terms of even knowing what to set out with, whether you're going to be setting out in the dark or in the day, it sort of leaves you trying to sleep, but thinking that at any moment the conch might be blown and you might have that hour to get ready for the start.
Obviously, your result is getting the fun run is fantastic, not only for the ladies but for anyone from the UK. Gary was quoted in an article with another interview with RunUltra saying that he doesn't think a female competitor can finish it. What are your thoughts on that? And do you think it can be done?
In terms of what Gaz said, what Gary said, what Laz said about a lady not finishing it, I'm pretty sure that he said it because he wants to kind of get the ladies riled up and wanting to do it. I think he would be really delighted. Like genuinely, I think he'd be the most happy person if a lady did finish it. So I think he just knows that it's going to require, whoever's going to do it, it's going to need to be really, really determined and really focused. And I think from that point of view, they're not going to be the sort of person that's going to be turned away by the fact that Laz said that. So I think he knows that if it's going to be somebody with enough fighting spirit to finish the thing, then they're going to, if anything, that's just going to be a kind of a rag to the bull for that sort of person.
I mean, it's hard for anyone to finish. Obviously, John was the last finisher 5 years ago. I mean, it takes something, whoever you are, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, and obviously, I think there's a number of factors that will play into it. Obviously, for example, John Kelly is a fantastic athlete, but I think it also requires the right weather, or at least the weather can certainly, I think, end any attempt. When we were leaving, it snowed, so I can't imagine what it would be like doing the whole thing in snow. I think that might become impossible, depending on how much there was, for example. And then it's a combination of things. It's the weather, it's your physical fitness, it's the navigation, it's the sleep, because obviously if you're running for 60 hours and you're sort of close to time limits, then you're not really going to sleep. So it's a combination of all of those things. So I think a little bit of it is obviously always going to be luck as well. So and that's part of what I guess makes it. I think that the challenge often requires you to go back multiple times before you can kind of achieve it. So it needs to be a bit of an obsession probably for most of those that actually do end up finishing.
I mean, the terrain sounds like one of the biggest factor. What is it like in comparison to anything in the UK?
Well, I think, one of the things is obviously it's forest. It's kind of like a forest version of steep hills in the UK. The mountains aren't high. You can tell that, you just need to look at a map of the state park to know that. In terms of you're not running at altitude the way that, you would be if you were running races in the Alps, for example. But so it's very much like the UK in terms of the actual distance that you're climbing up and down. They're steep hills, and then they're wooded. So that's kind of most of the running we do in the UK isn't sort of as forested as that. And that makes navigation harder because you can't kind of see the lie of the land just looking around you. You get views occasionally, but not that often. And it also means that you're sort of, it's just a sort of slightly more focused experience on the moment where you are. You don't have these big views and kind of landmarks in the distance to help you kind of navigate.
And the books, I mean, how are they marked on the map where the books are, or how easy are they to find?
Well, I guess, you get information about how to find the books before the start of the race. So I'd say that once you're in the area, then it's not like you have to kind of dig them out from somewhere. Okay. But you have to be in the right place.
In the right place. Okay. Is that part of the secret then, how it's all laid out?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk. No, I don't want to any details aren't available online about the course, because it's not really something.
Fair enough. What sort of made you think about even doing it? What made you think of it?
I guess I'd sort of known about it for a while, and then after the Spine race, lots of people started to ask me whether it's a race I would do, and it took a while for me to kind of want to do it. I guess it kind of grew on me slowly for a couple of years, the idea, and I think I just had to wait for that moment when I really wanted to do it, because it's not the sort of race you can do without being fully committed to it. And then at some point, I think last summer, basically, I suddenly was like, I'm excited about it now. And that was the moment when I kind of decided I was going to try and enter. So I think, that it was a kind of slow process deciding that I wanted to run.
Is it, do you think the allure is that it's so hard? Is it the challenge?
I think, well, for me, it's the challenge of doing something where you don't know if you can finish, and the likelihood is that you won't finish. Because if you're kind of doing an event like that, then, you need an event like that to really test yourself. Because in any other race, even if it might be that you get a slower time, but you're likely to be able to finish just by going more slowly, taking more breaks and that sort of thing. But for me, this is the kind of it's exciting doing things that you don't know whether you can finish, and you sort of find out like who you are when it comes to the kind of when you sort of hit the wall. You're guaranteed to find that out when you're running Barkley.
Yeah. And your kit, I mean, obviously you were wearing Innovate. You said the waterproofs helped. I mean, did the waterproofs perish in protecting your legs?
Actually, they didn't. I haven't really inspected my kit kind of closely. I was sort of imagining they must be getting some little kind of tears in them, but because the briars are, they do kind of grab you. But at the same time, so I think they were pretty helpful having kind of the full waterproofs on, but obviously you couldn't do that in the daytime, you'd be too hot. So I think next time I might make more of an effort to work out a long sock combination for going through the worst of the briars during the daytime.
And last but not least, has this whetted your appetite? Is Jasmin Paris going to be the one to go back and finish the Barkleys?
I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to commit either way. I certainly think a lady can finish Barkley, so I'm excited for a lady to do that.
You said you got your inspiration from Bev Anderson Abs, and she's done it twice, which is incredible.
Fantastic, yeah. So I don't know if she has any plans to go back, but I think there's lots of women out there that could have a go. It was exciting to meet Courtney. Courtney will literally sort of introduced ourselves to each other running along. That's kind of a memorable thing, and I hope she goes back and tries again, because I have a lot of respect. She's an incredible runner.
Lots of inspirational ladies.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much for your time, Jasmin. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.